Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Organized with Joy. As you can see, I am going to be working in my backyard here today. I just needed to get it all clean and ready for the summer. Also, before we get too far in the video, I did want to thank Cosiest for sponsoring this video, and a little bit later on, after I get everything cleaned up, I will show you what they sent me. So usually I borrow my friend's power washer to clean off my back patio in the spring and sometimes even in the fall, but I was really just too lazy to go over and get it and set it all up and use it. So this time I just decided to use a hose head that was kind of higher pressure. It definitely was not as satisfying as using the power washer, but I figured it would do for now, and maybe in the fall I'll borrow it again. Actually, this backyard project, things just kept going wrong, and initially I had found what I thought was kind of like a power washer that you attach to your hose, because we used to have something similar to it, but it was actually a power washer wand that you attach to an actual power washer. So on this day, before I even started this project, I had to go back to Lowe's, return that product, and get just a nozzle head that would fit on my hose. Y'all, this was definitely a workout. It was so hard to do this, and I can't remember with the power washer if I had to do so much sweeping of all of the water. I feel like less water accumulated when I used the power washer, but I think it was worth it in the end. It's always good to clean off the patio, even though I feel like it immediately gets dirty after I clean it, but I guess it's good to just get it clean every once in a while. I would love to know, how often do you clean your backyard? I feel like this is something I put off. I tend to just do it probably twice a year, once right before summer, and then in the fall, once it gets cooler, I do it again, but I always put it off because it is definitely a chore. in this shot, I don't know if you noticed, but I definitely noticed how green our pool looks. You can see that there's kind of like algae growing on the walls. It's really difficult to maintain this time of year when there's so much rain, but literally I think the day after I filmed this video, my husband cleaned the entire pool out, so no worries, the pool did get cleaned out. It is so fun to watch my dog in this fast motion, to see everywhere he goes. He has a love-hate relationship with the hose. It's like he wants to fight it and play with the water, but I think sometimes it hurts him, and so he is not sure what to think. It always gets so muddy back behind our grill there. It's just because of the way the yard is graded. It's like on a slope, and so it's kind of nice that everything just kind of flows down to that corner, but all of the mud gets trapped underneath our grill, and it's really gross. It's a lot to clean up for sure. And the frustrating thing was, like, literally right after I did this project, there was a storm. So there's already mud again. But like I said before, it's good to just get it done. Cleaning these chairs with just water definitely did not cut it. I had to grab my all-purpose cleaner and some paper towels to clean this up. They had tree pollen just caked on them, and so I decided that I would just go ahead and give them a good clean. This outdoor clock had definitely seen better days. We've had it for many years, and so I decided to replace it with a new outdoor clock. I really like having this because when we're in the pool, we don't have our phones on us and we can't see what time it is. Now comes the fun part where I get to decorate the back patio, and thank you to Cosiest for sponsoring this video and for sending me this fire table. I was very excited to work with them because I have been wanting to get a fire table for a while now. We do have a fire pit, but it only uses wood and it can be really hard to get it all set up and ready to go, especially if we just want to have a quick night where we're making s'mores after dinner. So I was very excited to receive this. But I don't do a lot of filming of putting this together because I will be totally honest with you, this was really challenging. The instructions were similar to IKEA and a little bit difficult to translate, I guess. It was not as intuitive as it could have been. So I was trying to figure out where these 4 legs go, and honestly, I was getting frustrated, so I did not record a lot. This ended up taking me a lot longer to put together than I anticipated. It ended up taking about 2 hours, and maybe that's normal, but it just wasn't what I was expecting. So I was getting kind of frustrated just because it was the end of the day and there were other things that kept going wrong. And so I was just ready to get this done. But once it was done, I was really happy with it. So this was on a different day. I needed help from my husband to get this table out to the patio where I wanted to put it, and I was going to get it all set up, and you'll see that here in just a minute. Also, we did decide to get rid of the table that was previously there. It was actually a table that I built myself just out of old fence planks and some base legs from IKEA, and it definitely had seen better days, and so I had decided to just get rid of it and just use this as the table that we have for outdoors. All you have to do is purchase a propane tank from your local grocery store or big box store, and this is what makes this table so simple to use. You just hook up this propane tank and then you just flip a switch and turn it on and you have a fire going. Next, I was working on hanging up this new hammock. I like to buy a new hammock every several years or so because they eventually kind of wear out. But this one maybe was unwise to purchase. It is so pretty, but with it being white, my daughter was like, isn't that going to get dirty really easily? And the answer is yes, but it is pretty. But this was another thing I was having problems with. So I started putting this up the first day, but I realized that it was shorter than some of the other hammocks that we've had in this location. So I had to come up with a different system to connect it than we had in the past. So you'll see me here messing around with it until I find the right setup. Next up, I needed to blow up all of our pool toys to get it all ready for the summer so that we can enjoy the pool. And it's definitely getting warm enough already to jump in there. I did want to show you that this fire table came with a cover, which is really nice because, as you can see, right after I cleaned our backyard. Of course, there was a storm. So I'm really thankful it came with a cover, but I did want to show you that as well. Well, here I wanted to show you some after shots, and I'm kind of showing you a shot of our house because I think it was a couple months ago I mentioned that we had our house painted, and I never really showed what the house looked like painted, so I added that clip in as well. Thank you again to Cosiest for sponsoring today's video, and if you're interested in purchasing a fire table or any of their other outdoor furniture, I can definitely leave the information and the links down in my description box below. Well, that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope that it was motivational for you to maybe get your backyard cleaned up for summer or some other space in your home cleaned. But if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching until the end. I will see you in the next one. Bye.